Every window you pass is another street. A sheet of glass separates you from it, but as a street photographer, you start to notice. It's never a barrier for your creativity or your camera. Windows can be mirrors, catching moments from the street behind you. They can be stages, framing the subjects inside as if they are actors in a play. Sometimes they even do both at once, layering reflections over scenes behind the glass, so that there are two different stories for you to capture in one frame. If you observe long enough, you start to realise every window holds a photograph that hasn't been taken yet. In this video, I want to share why, as a street photographer, windows fascinate me, and how you can start seeing them differently when you're out with your camera. When you stop thinking of windows and doors as just shop fronts, they start to feel like portals. They're the thinnest possible boundary between two spaces, inside and outside, public and private, seen and unseen. As a street photographer, that boundary is where the magic happens, because through that glass, you can see more than objects on display. You see emotions, expressions, tiny life stories quietly unfolding on the other side. Someone enjoying a coffee while they work on a laptop, a chef preparing someone's meal, someone waiting, cutting, looking out, unaware they're part of a story you're quietly capturing. When you photograph windows, you catch fragments of life most people never notice. Windows invite you, as the photographer, to pause and look longer, to notice the things that most people rush past. And that's when your photos start to feel different. Shooting through glass feels different from photographing in the open street. There is a definite quietness to it, like you've stepped into the role of observer, looking into a quieter, parallel world. When you aim your camera through a window, you're layering three things at once: the person inside, the smudges, scratches, and maybe even a faint trace of your own reflection. That's why it's best to keep your settings simple. Aperture priority, somewhere around f5.6 to f8, auto ISO with a minimum shutter speed of 1/250th of a second. It's just enough depth of field to hold the details on the glass and the life happening behind it without fumbling over dials and missing the moment. It's a little different at night time. f2.8, auto ISO 800 to 6400 with a minimum shutter speed of 1/100 seconds. There's something about working this way, letting the glass do the part of the storytelling, letting the settings fade into the background, that makes the experience almost meditative. You're waiting for a look up, a gesture, a quiet moment to reveal itself, knowing that the window will hold it like a frame. And then there's the other side of it. Not what's behind the glass, but what's on it. Every window becomes a canvas for the street. Buildings, passing strangers, all of it reflects on a see-through surface, layering one story over another. This is where reflections feel almost like magic. You angle your camera at a shop window display, and suddenly you're photographing two worlds at once. The items and the ornaments posed inside, and the subjects moving outside. When chasing reflections, think less about what's already there and more about what might just come together. A little dog being tugged along by its owner who's just outside the frame. A textured or coloured window display framing a subject in what would be an otherwise ordinary street moment. Keep the settings simple here too. Aperture priority f5.6 to f11, the same auto ISO settings as before. Because what matters most here isn't technical perfection, it's timing. Waiting until a subject steps between the elements of a display is how you create images where all the pieces click together. Stand still long enough and you'll notice something else. Reflections never repeat. The exact combination of light, subject, and moment is gone as quickly as it appeared. And that's what makes them worth chasing. Every time you photograph a window, you're making a choice about the mood that you want the frame to hold. Sometimes the mood is distance. You're out here, they're in there. The glass makes it clear that there's a world that you can't step into, and the photo holds that tension. Other times it's intimacy. Even with the glass between you, you're sharing something. A moment that we can all relate to, or a quiet moment in someone's day. That's the power of windows. They don't just reflect the world, they shape how we feel about it. A brightly lit cafe window can make the scene inside warm and inviting, whilst a dark interior inside a window might feel uninviting or distant. And sometimes the glass makes you pause because capturing people through it doesn't always feel right. In those moments, you turn your camera to quiet windows and leave the rest unseen. And here's the reason why I keep coming back to windows. When you shoot through glass, you're capturing moments that most people walk past without ever really seeing. These are the things they take for granted. But a photograph literally holds that moment in space and time. And that's the beauty of windows. They take the ordinary and turn it into something layered and meaningful. Things we might never pause to notice become impossible to ignore once they're framed in glass. That's what I love about photographing them, because only through a photograph do those hidden details finally show how beautiful they really are. So the next time you're out with your camera and find yourself walking past a window, slow down and look closer. Because in that sheet of glass, there's always another story waiting to be seen, and only your camera can tell it. Until we meet again, go forth and create.